Welcome back. This Friday marks the 75th annual Grace Race organized by Christian Central Academy. And here to tell us all about it are Michael and Heather. Thank you both for joining me.
Thanks for having us, Chelsea.
Of course. I'd like you to tell us about Grace Race and how it's so much more than just a fundraiser, right?
Sure. Yeah, the Grace Race has been around for a few decades now, and actually Christian Central Academy coming up this fall will celebrate 75 years in existence. And the Grace Race gets our students involved. This year, we're actually raising money to build an outdoor learning space above a terrace in our historic building. So we're excited about that. But really, the tie together, the message behind the Grace Race and Christian Central Academy is really that message of grace and redemption. You know, we live in a world that has a lot of sad stories and a lot of terrible stories, but like a lot of your guests that you've had on today, they're participating in redemptive ways, right? So the message of the Grace Race is really about us preparing our students to be less part of the problem in the world that we see today, right? And participating in more of the solution and utilizing their gifts and talents for that.
Can you give us some background about Christian Central Academy and the involvement in our community?
Sure.
Yeah, well, so Christian Central Academy, as Michael mentioned, we're coming up on our 75th anniversary, which is very exciting. And our community involvement, it's been spanning over decades with all of the students getting involved within not only local, but we actually have our seniors every year. They do a fun missions trip to Costa Rica. So we have our students that are getting ready to leave this week. So they're actually going to miss the Grace Race, but they're on for bigger and better things right now. But the community involvement with our students is so much fun to see how they give back and love on. We actually just did another donation drive with the Buffalo City Mission as well. So it's really fun to have community involvement.
I like it. Now, do you have any stories about how the Grace Race has impacted former participants or just like, you know, some memories over the past couple of years that you've been doing this?
Well, the Grace Race itself, you know, is a one-time event, but it ties into the culture and the community of our school overall. So they're really one and the same. So like I was saying earlier, is really teaching our students that how are they going to contribute to the betterment of the society and our world today. So just like we will raise money and our students will get involved with organizations like the Buffalo City Mission. I know that's near and dear to you.
Yeah.
As well as organizations like Every Child. We want our students to not only care and have that redemptive, grace-filled heart, but we also want them to be thoroughly prepared to do that in their professional careers and in their involvement in society as well.
Let's talk about the Grace Race, how it works, and the different activities that will be there.
Yeah, so we actually have, it's a 5K and a 2K walk. So it starts, we've got food trucks that are going to be on site. It starts at 6:50 is the walk, and the run starts at 7.
Right.
And the 5K itself is kind of right in the central village of Williamsville. Actually, there's that 0.4 mile Conquer the Climb. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's unique. So the Grace Race is a USATF sanctioned race with chips, right? So those that are avid runners would really appreciate that. Every registration comes with a meal, and it's right in the village of Williamsville. And Friday, it looks like 71 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be great weather.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that 0.4 mile uphill climb on Youngs between Sheridan up to Main Street is a unique challenge for this event.
Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of challenging, a lot of fun. I'll be there emceeing and supporting everyone. I will not be running this time. I'm giving my body a break. Okay, so is there anything else happening that the community, you know, like me, if they're not running, but they want to come just support?
We have a festival right after. So when the race is over with, as Michael mentioned, we're giving, we have meal tickets that come with the registration. There will be food trucks. We have bounce houses and face painting and a fun festival-like atmosphere where Western New York's only family-friendly 5K run. So it's a really great way to kind of come together with your whole family. You don't have to walk, you don't have to run, you can just hang out. And we'll have a DJ So it'll be great.
It's coming up in a few days, and there's a lot of great runs in Western New York, but this one is really a lot of families that come together. There's also a walk, and that's really stroller friendly. So there's not a lot of races where you can bring your little kids. You know, if you're married, you have to have a spouse watch your kids while you run the race.
Right.
This is something where it really feels like a family-friendly atmosphere. And we have Lloyd's Tacos truck, and we have cereal spots. So you got two hands, right, Chelsea?
Yes,
You got,
I've got one hand for the cereal spot, one for
there you
Lloyd's
go.
Tacos.
You got a real taco
And
in one
I'll use my
hand.
elbow to hold the microphone.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. It sounds like it's going to be a great time. I can't wait for it. And viewers, for more information or the registration to the race, you can visit christianca.com/GraceRace. Thanks again for coming in.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you,
having
Chelsea.
us.